All right, let me go ahead and just do this real. Okay, did I break the stream completely? Let's find out. No. All right. Move that box out of the way. Move that re-railer out of the way. Actually, unplug this. There we go. I don't need that. All right. How's everyone doing tonight? Hopefully doing well. Just set up some music in the background real quick. All right, there we go. And just do this. Okay. Heath strikes again indeed. How you doing, Dave? Oh, I don't need this on the layout. It's a cup of paint water. Probably dump that out. Let me put it over by my door here. And let me get rid of it. Hopefully that's all right. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit of ops tonight. We're going to be hanging out for a little bit. I'm going to show off a couple things that I've been working on. But before we get into some operations, I have a box. Ooh, fancy. Fancy. Fancy schmancy. So, I wonder who this might be from. I don't know. But I'm going to give people a little bit of time to get in here before we get into that. And in order to do that, I'm going to start off here by talking about some of the things that I've been working on. So, first thing here, which is actually right here on the train, is this MP15 DC. With the help of a couple of Facebook communities, I was managed to work out a good scheme for my MP15s, for MP15 for yard work and local switching. So orange cab, orange stripe down the top, a bit of an orange triangle, all orange front and rear face. And I decided to number these in the 100 series. So any future, I'm overall pretty happy with how this came out. I went in and, as you can see, I added the small little details of warning label decals and stuff like that on all of the electrical cabinets, and where basically I took pictures of the way my Atlas modeled it and had the where they had the decals. So I went ahead and just basically put decals back on there. So bit different from the normal BNCCS scheme, but yeah, I agree, Dave. I think it's pretty cool, and I'm very happy with how it came out. So I'll go ahead and put that back on the rails, and I don't know how well this is going to run tonight. We'll see, because it's been a while since its wheels have been cleaned, and before that it's been a while since it really had a nice break-in run. So it might be a little stuttery tonight. But we'll see. The other thing that I've been working on, before we get into the fancy schmancy little box here is this. So in anticipation of what is in this box here, which by the way, I have no clue what's in this box. But anticipation of whatever may or may not be in this box, Ray Arnott has inspired me to go ahead and make a BNCCS 50-foot high cube. So it's not fully done yet. I have the ends and this side done, although I do want to get some custom decals to fill in up top. But I still need to do the other end and the other side of the car. So that's all something that I'll keep working on. But for now, it's all right, because all you can see is that side of the car from the camera angle here right now anyway, so it's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back here on the train. And the last thing that I want to show off before we get into the fancy box, once I get this thing railed, come on. And yeah, so that car, that 50-foot high cube, that's a roundhouse model that I got and repainted for the BNCCS. And the last thing that I have here to show off tonight is a little 40-foot New Haven boxcar that has seen some things. So this is a car that I just weathered last night, actually. But I recorded my whole process, took photographs throughout the whole thing, and that will be a video coming this week sometime, probably later in the week, is my process of how I do boxcar weathering. And a lot of these techniques can be applied to basically any steel-sided car. So you can look forward to that, but I'm very happy with how this car came out. Definitely one of my more heavily weathered cars, but I think it really showed off the techniques well, and I'm really happy with how it came out. Especially it had the script logo right here, so you can see, or not really see anymore because I had it all rust off. You can see it a little better on this side. There's the script logo. But I figured with that age, it might as well take a beating, and it allowed me to very nicely display some of these techniques. So you can look forward to that video coming out soon, and if you're in the Hudson Valley division of the NMRA, you can look out for, in the next newsletter that comes out, whatever that is, I'll have a little article describing how I did this. Basically just following up from my Hudson Valley NMRA clinic back in April on weathering. So you can look forward to that, but I had a good time filming and weathering and everything. Had a lot of fun doing that. So I hope you all will enjoy it as well. But what we are going to do now is move on to the box. And ignore that little corner of my room is a little bit messy at the moment. So we're going to try and not show that off too bad. So, here we have the box. ATLP sticker right there. We got Heath stickers, the Humanity Junction, and Riverside Transfer, excuse me. My whole brain is frying right now. ATLP sticker, Riverside Transfer sticker, Humanity Junction sticker, all right here on the side of the box. Very nice. We got ATLP stamps on all sides of the car. How you doing, Carmelo? Hope you're having a good evening. So, very excited to get in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife here and carefully go ahead and open this up so we can see what might be in this box. I don't know. It's a mystery. Big mystery. Oh, hold on. Go away, advertisement. Wish the advertisements weren't on the music, but it's fine. All right, let me go ahead and open this puppy up. There we go. Let's cut cut the tape right here. I did not know that. That's neat. Let's get the knife around this side of the box. There we go. That should be good. Let's go ahead, open her up, and see what could possibly be in this box here. Big chunk of foam, keeping it safe, and we have a logbook here. Around the Layout Podcast, ATLP 2022 Interchange Tour Logbook. So this is obviously now the ATLP 2022 interchange car, which Ray is sending around. This is the second layout, well, technically the third layout that this car will have been on. It's the second location that that it's been mailed to, I'll say. I've received it after Heath Hurwitz at Riverside at Humanity Junction. He had it on his Riverside transfer, and before that, it ran on the Fremo N modules at the N-Scale Enthusiast Convention, and I got to see it there too, which was pretty neat to get a sneak peek. But this is a very nice car, exact rail, N-Scale 50-foot high cube. We go ahead to the logbook. Here we have the logbook for what we have. And we are going to go ahead and have to fill this out once I'm done running on the layout, but I'm very excited. So we're going to go ahead and crack this car open, get it on the layout here, and we're going to run it in some switching. Dave, thanks for stopping in. Have a great night. Get some sleep, and I'll see you next time. Where's my cup of water? I'm a little bit thirsty here. Much better. All right, so let me go ahead. Yeah, so far, if we go back to the logbook here, we can see who has received the cars so far. And this is a nice little sticker here that goes around in the box. But here you can see, 22nd was the convention and the Fremo N module in Bethlehem, PA. Bob Olson from DeBob's N-Scale Man Cave and John Olenek both got the car from Ray and what they hold. And then after that, Heath Hurwitz picked it up from Ray, carried some bagels in New York City on the Riverside transfer layout. And now it'll be here on the Balfour and Colucci Creek Southern. So let me go ahead and pop this logbook back away. And train stream, that's real neat. All right, let's put this logbook back in the box. Let's get this all put away. Nice, because once I'm done with the car, I will have to mail it back out in the same box. And it'll keep on going from there. Let me go ahead and pop that out of the way. Let's get this car itself out here. So I'll go ahead and do a quick little... Thanks, Carmel. Oh. There we go, bring the camera down. So we'll go ahead and skip the advertisement. There we go. Okay, sure thing, Trainstream. I generally just try and find the first kind of chunk of the name and go with that. But I guess since you have both accounts, yeah, I'll go with Trainstream then, if that's what you prefer. All right, so let's go ahead and open this guy up and take a look. So carefully take it out here. Stand it up because I don't want to screw up the decals on accident or anything. I'm going to take this box and put it with the shipping box, and let's take a look at this car here. So Ray did all the decal work himself, and he actually did a very nice job with it. It's really cleanly done decal work, and the car itself obviously is very nice. It's got all the proper decals and everything for a 50-foot high cube excess height car, ATLP 2022. Got all the door decals there. Obviously the two podcast logos, the roundel and the full name logo there, and all the card info, the card data and everything. A really awesome car. So thanks for sending it this way, Ray. And thanks for putting in the work to get all these decals on there. It's as someone who does it all the time, that it does and that it is. But as someone who does N-scale decals all the time, I know this. I know the pain and struggle of it. So, oops, I didn't mean to put my face on there. But yeah, so thanks for putting in the effort, Ray, and getting the work done. And it came out beautifully. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this car on the train here. Right here on the end of the train. And we're going to do some switching. So I went ahead and using the MF Railroad Ops Buddy tool, which I actually found out through the podcast, listening to the episode that he was featured on. Got my switch list printed out here. So here's our switch list for the night. Go ahead and show that off real quick. And again, this is from the Ops Buddy tool from MF Railroad here on YouTube. So at the lumberyard, we are going to set out the B&CCS 50-foot high cube and pick up the Apalachicola Northern high cube and the TCAX center beam. At the depot, we're going to set out a boxcar that we're picking up from the loading dock. At the loading docks, we're dropping off the ATLP 2022 car, as well as a New York Central flat car. And then we are picking up the BN boxcar, which is moving to the depot, and the freight depot. And then we have an Erie flat that we're picking up. at the canning company, which I think I'm actually going to relabel as a bottling company at some point. I'm not quite sure yet. A lot of these are still very loose in my mind as to what it actually is. But at that industry, we're dropping off the heavily weathered New Haven boxcar, the 40-foot, picking up a Bang and a Roost stick box. And then at the cement company, we're doing the usual shuffle, dropping off a CNJ and Conrail cement covered hopper, picking up a Conrail and Western Maryland covered hopper. So I'm going to go ahead and, as slowly and carefully as I can here, to not give you all motion sickness and so on, I'm going to go ahead, tilt the camera up, tighten that up like so. Ah, thank you, man. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day too. And I hope you enjoy that CN set in N-Scale, because it's a lot of fun. You can do a whole lot in real little bit of space with N-Scale. That's what's so great about it. All right, let's zoom out here. Let me get this lamp out of the way. And we're going to go ahead and get started on some switching here. Let me just move these things out of my way. There we go. Where is my uncoupling pick? Where did it go? Come on. All right. I don't know where the uncoupling pick I had here went, so we'll have to figure something else out here. Oh, you know what I can do? I can use this. There we go. This should work, I believe. Let's find out. And we're going to find out by going ahead. If I zoom in down here. There's the ATLP 2022 car. I'm going to go in here and see if this works. There we go. There it is. All right. So we're going to leave this caboose down here at the end. That's going to flag the rest of the railroad here in case another freight comes through. Hey, Brandon. Glad you could hop in. So we cut the caboose there so it can act as a flagging platform to flag the rest of the railroad in case another freight train comes by. It knows that there's someone doing work in the area, so they won't do anything to block the main. Now we're going to go ahead. So I was worried about this locomotive might have some issues. We may have to swap to it hasn't been out because just finished painting it. Yeah, we may. I think we're gonna have to swap. You did not miss. Well, you missed the unboxing, Ray. But now we're gonna do a little switching ops here on the layout with your car. So if I zoom in, there she is, right behind my BNCCS 50-foot high cube, which you talking and hearing you talk about the high cubes convinced me to finally do. So I still haven't decided what's in it right now, but we're going to drop it off at the loading docks here on this switching job. And before I do that, though, I may have to switch out this locomotive because it's hasn't been run in a hot minute because I've been working on it, getting the paint job and everything done. So we're gonna have to go ahead and do a hot swap, probably to, well, let's see. Let's do a hot swap to my -7. That always runs well and looks good. Nope, not this box. In the other box. Which other box? Where did it go? Alright, well, we're just going to swap to something that first thing I take out here. We'll do that. No, I've got to find that -7. It's got to be here. I put it in here, didn't I? I'm really not sure where. Alright, you know what? We're going to swap to my SD40-2 then. We'll go ahead and do a quick power swap. Train is fully in the runaround track here. So we'll go ahead and put the caboose in there as well. So we're not fouling the main. And then, there we go. The main's lined again. So any trains can come through while we do this power swap. I gotta figure out where my -7 went. But that's a problem for after stream. So we'll take out the 40-2, which Ray, you saw. That is true, yeah. Everyone at the show was running it all at the tail end. Although when I bring the car to my club on Wednesday night, I'll probably run it on towards the head end so I can get some shots with the power. But yeah, we're bucking the trend of the HO guys, where all you people want to run it on the head end. All right, select loco 68, 58. Okay. Oh, I will be taking plenty of pictures, Ray. You don't have to worry about that. All right, there we go. All right, let me pop the caboose back out to flag the main again. So yeah, I'll be running this switching ops tonight, not taking any pictures. Thanks, Sparky. Glad to hear you like it. But tonight I'm just going to be running the switching ops. Tomorrow I think I'm going to take my layout outside, pop it up on the sawhorses in my local park, take some real nice photos, specifically of this end of the layout. Obviously this side is a little less than scenic at the moment. But I'm going to take a bunch of pictures of the interchange car on my layout. And then, like I said, Wednesday, I'll be bringing it out to my club. I'll be taking a bunch of pictures of it there. I'm glad you like the trees, Sparky. It's the nice thing about this layout is depending on how I so choose, the trees can either be in the foreground or the background, because it's real easy to just walk around to the other side and be. Now it's a completely different angle. So, all right. Anyways, let's go ahead and do some switching here tonight. So, I will go ahead and, let's see. Based on my Ops Buddy switch list here, I need to get to the BNCCS High Cube, so I need to run the ATLP car around the train. Okay. I'm just not gonna, I don't know where my pick went. I'm gonna have to make a new one. my uncoupling pick. So we'll have to make a new one of those for it next time I do some switching. But we'll go ahead and run around the train. And we'll get the ATLP car to the other end, which I think actually works out because the New York Central flat car on the end there is also going to the loading docks. So we are, in fact, walking around the layout. Funny catch there, Ray. Funny catch indeed. Alright. Let's uncouple the car here. Oh, I should probably get these utility poles off the layout since it's they're not up yet. I've got those are going to go along the back side of the layout, and then they're going to cut across and feed power to all the industries. But let's go ahead and get the 2022 out of the way. Run it around the train. Wish my phone would be a little better about focusing, but tonight it just doesn't seem to want to stay in focus. Maybe if I zoom in slightly, that might help. Oh. Did I have this switch set wrong? How do I have this switch set wrong? I don't know how I ran around the train with that switch set wrong. But we'll go ahead and shove 2022 down around the train. Well, there's a shot for you, Ray. BNCCS, first car to wreck your, first railroad to wreck your car. There we go. I shoved a little too far when I was trying to pick it up and fouled the turnout on the far end. Let's drop that car here. This is why having an uncoupling pick is so nice. Because then I don't have to deal with all of that. Hashtag blame Heath indeed. It's all Heath's fault. He's the one who decided this car should exist, right? So let's blame it on him. It's all Heath's fault. Okay. So I'm going to run around the train. I will pick up the 2022 and then I have to once again get on the head end to shove the BNCCS high cube out of the way so I can pick it up on my rear coupler and get it down to the industry that it needs to be at. And I am having electrical issues tonight because of course I am. I need to really run some I need to do some actual electrical work on this layout because this is a very much so a learning layout for me. And so basically all my power is just coming in at the one end of the layout and running through everything. So I need to work out how to run some feeders. What? There we go. Okay, so we got the car. we're going to go ahead and make sure we're coupled. There we go. Now pull the train back to where the 2022 is not fouling the main. And be sure of that. Okay, reverse back out of here. Run around. And stop right there. Reverse back onto the train. And then we're going to go ahead and shove the BNCCS high cube out. Come on. Of course, tonight is the night that I have layout issues. There we go. Right, leave the car here out on the main. Pull the train back into the runaround. Clear of both the main and the track lead up to the industries. So we'll stop it right about there. Uncouple the 2022. Run around. Clearly, whoever made up this switch list decided this Illinois terminal gondola was not finished being unloaded. Me, what was that? I don't know. But I didn't put it on the switch list, so I will not be picking that up, I guess. And instead, I will have to work around it, which is always a fun challenge. Alright, around the switch. Make sure it's on this switch. I gotta get some more of these hand throws because as much as they are, you know, greatly out of scale, they work a lot better than push pins. I need to replace the wheel sets on this car, I think. That's the third time that car is derailed, so I think I need to just swap the wheel sets on. Yep. Come down here. Good. Alright, let's throw the IT gondola just onto the runaround lead. So it is out of the way from the switching. Stop there. Shove backwards to get the gondola clear of where I'm switching. Good. All right, pull forward. Okay, reverse down the industry lead. I wish this locomotive had a faster horn response, but that's between my controller and the what's it called? Decoder that I have in there. What decoder do I have in this one? I don't actually remember what locomotive decoder, or what decoder this locomotive has. It's not Loc Sound, I know that. Loc Sound decoder would be nice in this. Honestly, just a better speaker would be nice in this. But a Loc Sound decoder would be very nice. It's not NC, it's not TCS, it's not ESU. Digitrax, that's what it is. It's a Digitrax sound decoder. And it's alright. But it doesn't have the most variety of sounds, and it doesn't... I don't know. I have some issues with it. So I think in the future I might steer clear. But that's just my personal experience so far. Alright, let's shove clear of that. Right. Reverse. Very shorts to back up all the way down to the lumberyard. Keep alives are also something I have got to invest. I know I was thinking about it hearing the when I was listening to the Don Iris 2 episode of the podcast, as he was talking about how, you know, getting things running nicely is super important to him. But I just don't, I have to find someone who I can farm it out to, because for me, it's not really what I have the capability to do. I just, my hands are just a little bit too shaky to deal with that very fine soldering. Not quite so shaky that I can't do the weathering, which is good, because that's what I love. But just shaky enough that soldering of little wires I find so difficult. I had to do a little soldering to get this decoder installed, and that was a task. It was a bear. Alright, we gotta drop the ityJunction back at the freight depot. And it's not coming. Alright. There. Alright, let's shove out of the industries. we'll stop there. Uncouple the cars. Actually, what I'm going to do before I'm in a tight spot here. Let me figure this out. Alright. You know what? We're going to do this. We are going to uncouple. We're going to run around the train. We're going to get down here, shove on the 2022 car. Switches lines. We're going to shove this New Haven car out onto the main. Okay. Uncouple it. Pull out into the, pull away into the runaround track again. Drop the train there. Run around. We're going to couple the New Haven car to the ATLP box. Get those all in line. Pull forward. Night, Brandon. Thanks for stopping in. Good. All right, we'll run around down here. Switch. 3 shorts to reverse onto the train. Okay. And then we'll fully run around, run down, pick up these 2 cars, which we are picking up, and bring with us when we leave. And go ahead and pull everything back into the runaround, and we're going to be real tight here as far as space goes. We might just barely have enough space. Yep. And I'll uncouple there, or at least I'll try to. Okay. Run around. Move just this is a very tight switching move that realistically I don't have the space for. But we'll fudge it a little bit. A little bit of fudging never hurt anybody. Nope, don't do that. I want to do that. have not, clearly have not yet gotten around to replacing the wheel sets on. There we go, now it's railed. Okay, let's uncouple from here. Alright, and this locomotive needs a little servicing as well, clearly. Alright, let's run down here. And we will do our switching in these top two industries here. So this is the loading docks, this is the canning company at the moment. And I forgot to restore the turnout. There we go. All right, let's get to the switching. All right, we should have just barely enough space here. Not quite enough space, okay. So, we'll leave, I don't normally like to leave things on the main, but we'll leave the New Haven car on the main. We're so tight on space here. Alright, so these two are going on track 2 and are getting swapped out. So, there. Okay, good. Run right up to the industries. This is a bad switch. I need to replace this ASAP with an actual hand throw, ground throw, because this is a notorious switch for me. Alright, let's run these. We will drop them for a moment right on one of the other industry tracks. Oh, I lost the stream for a second there. Hopefully it's not too bad of a drop off. But there's the ATLP car spotted at its proper industry for tonight. Alongside the New York Central flat car, which is 499824. And let me go ahead and go ahead and destroy the cement industry for a moment. No. I might just turn off the sound on this locomotive at this point because it's causing all sorts of issues. Yeah, I'm going to mute the sound. I know I like the sound, but it's just for switching off, it causes issues sometimes. Especially with something like this, where every time it has a slight fault, where the sound cuts out, it has to go through a startup sequence again, and to actually be able to run again. So muting the sound just makes it run a lot smoother. There we go. All right, and I will just drop these on the runaround track with the rest of the outbound train. So, and I am going to shove out clear onto the main for now. Let's go ahead and switch out the Canon company. That switch is thrown. Throw that one. Shove this car right down the main, the leads. Sounds good, Ray. I will keep an eye on those. Like I said, I'll have the car for at least a good, at least through Thursday. So I was planning on keeping it before sending it on. So I will hold on to it until I receive those from you. All right, now we've picked up this box. I will go ahead and throw it temporarily on track 1 of the industry, just on the lead to it, so I can drop off the load, or actually in this case I believe I have it marked as an empty. That's going to be loaded with cans or bottles. There we go. Alright, drop off New Haven boxcar. And reverse on out. Pick up the Bangor and a Roostic box. And run back out with that. Alright, we are done with the top half of the layout now. I throw this turn out. And I'm going to shove the whole train out on, or not the whole train, but I'm going to couple onto the train and then shove until the 2 covered hoppers are out on the main. Now uncouple. And reverse back so I can safely run. We didn't actually couple. There we go. All right, sounds good. Yeah, it should definitely get there by then. So I'll make sure it gets to Cameron's. All right, and while I'm making this move, I'm actually going to do a smart thing here, which is pick up my caboose and run it to the other end of the train while I am grabbing hoppers. There we go. Hey, how you doing, Komeng? Oh, I see. Gotcha. All right, I'll get it to John then. I'll get it to John. As soon as I get those stickers from you, I will get it back in the mail and head it so it can head out to John. I just need it through Thursday. That way I can bring it to both my clubs, and then it'll get back out. Thanks, Ray. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for doing this whole thing. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad I could participate in the tour, and hope you have a great night. Thanks for the podcast and everything. And Komeng, thanks for that. I'll be sure to start posting them. Like I said, tomorrow I'll bring my layout out, get some nice pictures in the natural daylighting, and I'll start posting them up tomorrow. So Komeng, to explain a little bit, the gentleman who just left is Ray Arnott, and he is the host of the Around the Layout podcast, which is a model railroading podcast. It's the tagline of his podcast is "Where model railroaders come to tell their stories," and he has been sponsoring this Around the Layout podcast 2022 boxcar tour around the country. He started, well, actually around the world, because the cars will be going out to New Zealand and Australia, so all over the place. But I signed up to participate in the tour, and so on my layout tonight, if I zoom in to the loading docks, you will see that black high cube 50-foot boxcar is the ATLP 2022 interchange car. So it's basically I have the third layout that it's run on after the Fremo N layout at the N-Scale Enthusiast National N-Scale Convention in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, and Heath Hurwitz's Riverside Transfer. It's run on both of those layouts, and now it's here on the BNCCS. So that's what was in the box that the title talks about. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up these two empty covered hoppers while I'm talking here. But so that's kind of the occasion, and that's what I've been chatting with Ray about, is how that's been going. So it's been a lot of fun. It was really exciting to get the car in the mail today. I had to finish up some things before I hopped on here, otherwise I'd have hopped on earlier and had more time with the car on the layout tonight, and maybe had a little more time to prepare things a little better, but it all worked out for the best. So I got the car on the layout here. Tomorrow I'll be taking a bunch of great pictures of it, because the whole thing with the tour is once I get the car, I'm supposed to take many pictures of it on my layout as I can. So I'll take pictures of it here on my layout. I'm going to bring it to the Old Newburgh Model Train Club in Walden, New York, and I'll get some shots of it on the layout there. And then I'm also going to probably bring it up to the Hyde Park station, which has a great N-scale Ontario and Western layout, MYO and W. And it will be quite out of place on the NYO and W, but I'll get some shots of it there in Kingston, on the layout representing Kingston, New York. So And then once that's done, I'll be sending it off to John. And John will pick it up from there, and it'll be off to other layouts. I have to get it on the road as soon as I'm done with it. That way it can get to John and make a stop in Maryland. And then it will be heading off to the Fremo End Convention in Evanston, Wyoming. The end of the month. So it's making quite the journey. There's an HO scale car too, and he started with an HO scale car because Ray is an HO scaler personally. But I'm very glad that Heath Hurwitz convinced him, egged him on to get the N scale car going, because it's exciting to have here. Very nice. I'm glad to hear that. Hopefully you enjoy it. Having some stuff that you're unfamiliar with is always a little bit neat, a little bit like, I'm not quite sure what to do with this. But I hope you enjoy that. And it's always cool to hear about new acquisitions. So, me personally, I'm just my big thing that I'm waiting on is the scaletrains.com SD40-2 orders that are set to come in some point towards the end of the summer. I'm very excited and waiting with bated breath for my Conrail 40-2 to come in, and I can run 2 SD40-2s, 1 Conrail, 1 in B and CCS, and 2 B40-8s, 1 in Conrail, 1 in B and CCS, which will be a fun pairing of consists. But that is the end of the switching for tonight. Oh, it's not the end of the switching for tonight. I messed up. I was so busy talking that I didn't read my paperwork carefully. And now, this is going to be a bit of a struggle. So this Burlington Northern boxcar, I somehow need to extract so I can drop it off here at the at the freight depot. What is the best way for me to do that? Honestly, it might be I don't know what the best way to do this is. All right, I'm going to try this. I'll uncouple these. I'm just going to leave these here on the lead for the cement plant. That way they're out of the way. And then once that's done, I will have plenty of space to run around my train. Come on. There we go. So I'm going to temporarily drop those there. Thanks for popping in, Komeng. I'm glad you popped in for the night. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day down under. And I hope you enjoyed hopping in for a minute here. And I also hope you enjoy those North American models, because in my disgustingly humble opinion, here in North America, we've got some pretty neat looking locomotives and freight cars. Come on. There we go. What? Oh, I know I did that, because I need to pull clear of the runaround track. There we go. All right, we're gonna run around the train. Have a good one, Komang. Right, let's run around to the far end so I can shove. So I can get the BN boxcar on the rear coupler of my locomotive. I can't believe that I misread my paperwork so badly. I was just going. I was in a flow state. A switching flow state. I know that. Well, I'm glad I realized before I sent the car out of town, because the customer would have been quite confused. Okay. Now let me pull the rest of the train back into the runaround track safely out of the way. Okay, throw that switch, run around the train. I can't believe I forgot about that. I distinctly wrote it in the notes here, but I was just so busy talking that I was too busy yapping to pay attention to my paperwork. We'll leave the Erie flat card here. Out on the main, I guess, for now. This has been a quite messy switching ops tonight. I must say, one of the messier that I've run. Between how I blocked the train when I was setting it up, and how I've run the operation. It's been a little bit of a mess. But that's alright, we all make mistakes. Alright, let's shove the BN boxcar down to the freight depot. Now I can finally cross it off the list. Send it out of the industrial area. Throw that switch. Throw that switch. Nope. Need to run around the train so I can turnout, shove the train down the runaround track to pick up the flat car. Run it back into the runaround track. Man, if I had realized that earlier, that would have actually helped me a lot in my actual switching ops. It would have given me a lot. It would have given me 50 feet more of, because it's a 50-foot boxcar, it would have given me 50 more feet of runaround track space. It's quite significant, actually. If I had done that, then that would have actually, I wouldn't have had to fake it. I would have actually been able to fit the whole train of the runaround and not had to call in the 050 switcher, aka my hand. Let's pull the rest of the train out of the spot that I placed it in. What did I do? Come on. Throw that switch and lock it back in position. Right. carefully pull ahead. Turn out. And now the job is complete. And I can drive the train out of town. Well, I can drive the train to about there. Because that is the end of the layout. So, that concludes a somewhat messy switching ops, but a successful one nonetheless. I only had to fudge something once. Again, here's my switch list, courtesy of the Ops Buddy tool from MF Railroad here on YouTube. And just real quick before we go, before I wrap it up for the night, I'll show off things I showed off at the beginning of the stream one more time. This has been my most recent locomotive that I've painted. It's I almost said SW1500. It's not. It's a MP15DC EMD locomotive. With the help of some Facebook communities, I was able to settle on this for a yard scheme / switcher scheme for the BNCCS. And I had this on the train at first, but I need to break it in still because it hasn't been seriously run in several years. So it needs to get cleaned out, it needs to get oiled, it needs to get broken in, and then it will be probably the resident switcher for most switching ops here on the layout. Because it's so short, it allows me another half a car length to be able to run around the train and things. So, and I threw the Operation Lifesaver emblem on there because the original paint scheme that I bought this locomotive in was the Union Railroad, and it had a safety decal on there. So I decided to throw one on there because keep with the theme. So that's the one thing I've been working on. The next thing that I've been working on is the car that I dropped off over here at the lumberyard. And this is a 50-foot high cube that Ray Arnott of Around the Layout unwittingly talked me into making. And it's about half done at the moment. As you can see, I've got the reporting marks and all the car info up here. And on this side, all the car data here and here. I've got all the warning labels and everything on the door. I've got the railroad logo up there. My next custom decal order, whenever that may be, is going to get a full railroad name set, and that'll go right here. But the other end and the other side are still blank. So that's something I'm going to finish up, hopefully tonight, tomorrow morning. So when I go to take photos, I can take some photos with this next to the ATLP 2022. I'll put that back here on the layout. Third thing I've been working on is this 40-foot boxcar, New Haven, that I weathered up last night. And this will be a YouTube video, as you can see by my community post last night. I recorded all my steps of weathering this beautiful car. It was a lot of fun to do. I weathered it rather heavily, which I figure is okay, because with the script emblem for the railroad still on the side of the car, this car hasn't been repainted in some 20-25 years. at the time of the railroad, so it would have seen some hard times. So keep your eye out on the channel for, towards the end of the week, a video going through... oh my goodness. Jeez. And I broke the car. Well, I didn't break the car, but I popped the wheels off. Oh, man. But there will be a how-to on how to weather that car and not how to drop it coming coming to the channel towards the end of this week. So keep an eye out for that. And the last thing that I want to show off is, of course, the star of the show tonight, the Around the Layout podcast, ATLP 2022 Interchange 50-foot high cube boxcar, decaled by Ray Arnott, who is the host of the podcast. A really beautiful car from Exact Rail, decaled absolutely beautifully by Ray, and being sent to layouts around the country and potentially around the world to visit people's layouts. And right now it is here on the BNCCS. So with that said and done, let me get the 2022 back on the rails here. And I need to replace the wheel sets on this car. I need to make a note of that. There we go. And with that said and done, I'll zoom back out. One last view of the layout and say thank you so much for watching tonight. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Hope you enjoyed my little fun at the beginning with the ooh, what a mystery of what's in the box. I had a lot of fun tonight doing my switching. I hope you all enjoy the switching ops. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Excuse me. Thanks for tuning in tonight, you all. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys on the next video, next stream. Have a good night, y'all. And I'll see you around.